What got you here won't get you there. Now, this is a life lesson that you can apply to your health, your money, your business, your career. You can apply it to every area of your life. What got you here won't get you there. For me personally, just applying it to business. Recently, my dating channel, The 33 Secrets, just surpassed 100,000 subscribers, right? We just surpassed 100,000. So obviously the next milestone is what? 1 million, right? So what I did to get to 100,000 subscribers, just because I'm all too familiar with this life lesson, is probably not going to get me to 1 million, right? I could do the same thing over and over that got me to 100,000, but it probably won't get me to 1 million. And like most people, I am just going to ride it out as far as I can until it stops working, okay? And that's essentially what you should do, right? If you've got something that's working, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But ultimately, what got you here won't get you there, right? I might be able to pick up another 100,000 subscribers doing what I'm doing, but eventually I'm gonna have to take it to the next level, or I'm going to have to do what's called a pivot in business, where I do something different. I go in a different direction, right? Which is kind of what I did with the red pill stuff, because I was exclusively teaching guys pickup and dating techniques for the longest time. And then I decided to pivot or shift and start teaching more red pill awareness, just because I felt like it was a necessity. And it was something that I held off on for a long time, right? Because I didn't really want to go there, but I finally just made the decision that I'm gonna go there, right? And luckily it worked in my favor, and my channel exploded and we went past 100,000 subscribers. Whereas if I were to go back and do that again right now, I don't think I would have the same success, just because, you know, the internet and YouTube and just the culture of things change very fast, right? So there's only, you know, so much red pill knowledge and lessons that you can teach, right? Eventually you have to take it to the next level, which I'm actually working on right now. So I'm actually working on that, doing another pivot as far as my coaching videos go and taking it to the next level, okay? Because I'm constantly looking to grow, to expand. I'm never looking to stagnate or stay in the exact place that I'm at or get too comfortable, right? Because right now it's easy, it's very easy actually, to be comfortable with the success that we've had. And that's a common trap of success, is allowing yourself to kind of stagnate, right? And thinking that the success is going to continue. And you see this happen with a lot of musicians, for example, right? A lot of musicians, they have like one hit and then, you know, they make some money and then they think the money is just going to keep rolling in. And then when it doesn't, they panic and they're kind of freaked out, like, oh shit, you know, the gravy train is stopping. It's because they failed to continue to expand and to grow, right? And to just go in different directions and try new things. And in life, you have to constantly be creative. You have to constantly think outside of the box, okay? Because once you stop being creative and once you stop thinking outside of the box, that is when you notice that you're all of a sudden you're going backwards instead of forwards. You're no longer growing, you're no longer expanding, but now, even worse, you're going backwards in life, okay? Because again, what got you here won't get you there. And you can apply this to anything. You can apply this to your relationship with your girl, right? What got you the girl many times won't keep the girl. It's like, yeah, sure, you could remain alpha, you could stay alpha around her, you can continue to do all those bad boy things that you did when you first met her, but eventually you're going to have to get a little creative, right? You're gonna have to think outside of the box a bit, right? You're gonna have to do things differently than what most couples do, okay? Same thing with your health and your fitness. You know, there are a lot of people who are like obese and then they'll lose 100, maybe even 200 pounds. Then they'll get down to that last 10 pounds, right? It's always that last 10 pounds. And they can't take off the last 10 pounds, right? Even though they're able to lose 100, 150, 200 pounds, right? They're able to lose all this weight, but yet here they are stuck with the last 10 pounds. They cannot take it off because what got you here won't get you there. And it's usually those last 10 pounds that most people struggle with because they're so close, right? They're so close to their goal and they're so confident that they're going to hit it, a little too confident at times, that they start slipping, right? They might start eating carbs again. They might start pounding the cookies again, and then they don't actually hit their goal. Instead, they start going backwards, right? They start going backwards. A lot of times you just have to think creatively, and a lot of times these people, they have to let off their diet a little bit when they get closer to their goal weight, because it could be dangerous to, kind of fall in that trap of getting too thin, right? Where they lose more weight than they should, right? So usually their doctors have them, start slowing down the weight loss when they get closer to their goal. And usually it's around that 10-pound mark that they start implementing certain foods and they start binging a little too much, and then it's to the point where they just can't hit their goal. They just can't hit it, right? And they have to think creatively. They have to think outside the box. And a lot of that just really entails, eating healthy. And more importantly, changing up their meal plan, changing up their diet once again to fit a lifestyle of somebody who is in now maintenance mode versus weight loss mode, okay? Because it's a different lifestyle and it's a different type of meal plan when you go from eating healthy to just maintaining your weight, right? Because I've gone through those periods where I've, lost weight, and then now I'm in like maintenance mode where I don't want to gain weight and I don't want to lose weight. I have to change up my eating plan. I don't follow the same regimen that I was when I was losing weight, right? You got to change it up. Just understand, guys, what got you here won't get you there, okay? No matter what you're doing in life, whether you're trying to build a business and you've had some success and now you're trying to take it to the next level, especially in business, man, what got you here won't get you there, all right? And it applies to everything else in your life too. Your relationships, your health, your fitness, your money. Okay, if you're able to make 100 grand, right? If you're able to make 100 grand through your business venture, and now you're looking to increase that from 100 grand a year to say $1 million per year, you're gonna have to switch things up. You're gonna have to do things differently. And a lot of it just comes back to you. You're going to have to grow and expand as a person in order for your business to grow and expand, okay? Before you could take your business to the next level, you have to take yourself to the next level. That's why we have that saying, in order to conquer the world, you must first conquer yourself. And with that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is Matt Cross from Alpha Male Secrets. Do not forget to smash that like button below. Also hit that notification bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. Okay, you'll be the first to be notified about it. Also, share my coaching videos with other like-minded friends of yours, guys. Please share my stuff, because the more we share these coaching videos and this red pill content, the more we can awaken more guys, right? So please feel free to share my content as well.